Welcome, 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 everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing that you are all here, and welcome to this illumination and light. And this transmission that was birthed literally only 1 week ago. So it was birthed 1 week ago, and it was after a download of just saying the last one that we carried out on the 2nd of the 2nd, 2020 was just so amazing that there had to be another one. And the idea of this is for us just to really spread our love, spread our light. There is no structure in any of this. Now, I know for the ones of you that really love structure, that you're, you know, especially the speakers, it's very much like, oh my gosh, what's happening? You know, how long have I got? What am I going to talk about? You know, what are the other speakers talking about? And everything else. But the reason that I absolutely love doing things like this is because it's it comes from the heart. It comes from the heart. It comes from the soul. And we're all here to spread a message. We're all here to spread love. We're all here to spread light. And we're all here to help each other live the best way that they can in this situation that we're in. And I am just so blessed, and I'm so grateful that I have amazing people around me. I have amazing people that have actually agreed to be part of this transmission. So, you know, I really want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to Veronica. I want to say thank you to Amita and Sanjeev, to Tanya, to Rick, to Jason, to Philip Sykes, who's jumped in to support me after somebody couldn't make it at short notice. And this is what it's all about. This is really what it's all about. What I am going to do is I am in the process of helping people jump into from the waiting room now at the moment, because my PA is not with me, and the lady who usually helps me do this is in rural Yorkshire, and she's got no service. So I was like, oh my gosh. So what I would like to do is I would like to give the floor to my best friend, my soul sister, my business partner, and the person that I speak to every single day, whether or not we're up or whether or not we're down and everything else. And we keep each other accountable. We have the same mission in life. And yeah, well, I'll let her finish it off. So I would like to give the floor to my good friend, Veronica Sosa, and she can transmit to us for the next 8 minutes of what she wants to share with us. So lovely, babes, there you go.
Hello, everybody. I'm just so excited and so happy to be here with you. I want to thank you all for just being present at this moment. And for me, it's an honor, a totally honor to just open this. And I would like just to say hello to everybody who's coming, and I just would like to see where are you right now. If you can write down where are you, I want to see if you're in Mexico. I know there is people in Mexico, in Spain. I am in Belgium, United States, etc., etc., etc. Where are you guys? I just want to see where are you connecting from UK, from Mexico, from Germany, from LA, from UK. Wow. I know. Thank you. And I just know one thing that I want to start with is a phrase that I love, and it's just like my mantra. And I know all of you know it. And is if I have seen further, is because of standing by the shoulder of giants. So I am here thanking Vicky for considering me a giant. And to all of you, because each one of you have that giant inside. So today I was just shaking like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to say. I said, what are you talking about, Veronica? You know, every single person in the world have a giant in their heart. And this is amazing, because being here with Amita, with Philip, with Tanya, with Vicky, with Rick, and with each one of you, make me so happy and feels like a super giant full of love. So you know what I did? I did my makeup, I did my hair as well. I did it a little bit because I'm really not good at it, but I love it. And I put my perfume because I said to myself, I'm just gonna enjoy this part of my, you know, being present and being thankful and being open to whatever comes from my heart to you in this moment of uncertainty. If my English doesn't go that well, probably I will change to Spanish. So please be translated. Thank you very much. So what I want to say from here from Belgium, I know these times are times of uncertainty for many who hasn't been like many of you preparing with the tools that most of you have. You know, when I see and turn into my house and I see my mother worry, or my brother or my sister worry about the losses, I just see that I've been preparing myself to hold them and to shine this light that V is telling that we all have. So now these very moments are for that, to shine, to pray, to meditate and be the best version, and as well to navigate in those zone of uncertainty, and being sometimes scared is valid. You know, so what I do now with the community that I have, sometimes I think, uh, how can I do this? How can I take responsibility and commitment and take the word and be light like Vicky is all the time? Sometimes, as she said to me, she said to you right now, we talk almost every day, and sometimes she cheers me up and I cheer her up. So that's what we need today, to connect from our hearts, to commit to one another, to make this in a circle or not a pyramid. Do you agree with me? You know, every single day since this situation started, I've been connecting most of the time with my close ones, like my mother, my father, that the elders, and my sisters and my brothers, because they have lost their business at the moment. And I just giving hope, hope, because everything is happening for a bigger reason. Hope, because if we stay together and we can promote and help others, we can build this other world that we are waiting for. Because all of us, we can make it. I have a phrase as well that I always say, that is, together is better. Together is better. But together is better when we focus in our values. And I want to mention my really good friend Anabela Arroyo, when she said, Veronica, what are your top 5? Your top 5 values. Which one are those? Loyalty, love, peace, being. Which one are yours? I want to see what you write about your 5 tops values. When you have those 5 top values and you are aligned with what you think, what you say, and what you do, you know that you can help people. And that's what we need right now. I want to see writing your top 5 values, because for us, the most difficult part is just to do this, you know, let out the ego and just be full of love. Who agree with me? Love, union, thank you. I'm just reading authenticity, kindness, loyalty, commitment. And I want to talk about commitment. How are you committed to yourself? How are you committed to yourself? Because we cannot give what we don't have. So every single day you ask yourself, how committed to you are. compassion, trust, communication and respect, love, compassion, and loyalty. All of us, we have this kind of top 5 values. How do we manage that my communication connect with, for example, Naomi? How I can do to communicate with Elena or with Vicky every single day? How I commit to myself to be better, to become better, care for everybody, faith, friends, family, joy, respect, trust, authenticity. Are we working every single day in those values? Because we can have those values, we can say we have it, but are we working to one another with those values? Are we being congruent with those values? For me, every single day of my life, when I wake up, I say, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this moment that is unique in our time, even though we are like, what's going to happen with no, how do you call that? Uncertainty. But I know if one of us, with our values and with gratitude, we could transform our life and the others. I don't know how much time do I have, V, because I
You've
haven't
done it.
even
My timer just didn't go off, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay,
Well,
no, it's
anyway.
perfect.
Okay, oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
You've
So
got 1 minute.
Okay, so I want to just leave you, yes, like in 1 minute, it's like a whoom, cut it. Thinking of one thing. We have one reality, right? And we can take it from 2 point of view. There is the reality, we can take it like optimism or with negativism. If we take it with optimism, with our view, with our values, we can make this world a better world for our children. If we take it with negativism, we should help those to rise from what we are, from the negativity. So be like the bamboo, you know? Be like the bamboo. The bamboo have, how do you call it in Spanish? In Spanish is flexible, flexible. So let's be like the bamboo. Let's be resilient, flexible, and understand others that they don't have the tools that we can have, and learn from one each other. Thank you, Vicky, my love, and thank you all for listening. Love you all. Love you. Mwah!
Thank you so much, my love. Thank you. I love putting Veronica in these transmissions first, because I just love seeing her kind of bring her beauty out from within without any planning. So thank you so much for that, my love. Thank you so much. As everyone's just jumped in, so there's so many more people that have just jumped in, so welcome, welcome, welcome. We now have 39 people here within the room, and I'm getting lots and lots of messages of people saying that something's popped up and they'd love to listen to the recording and everything. So that's amazing, seeing this was only birthed less than 1 week ago, and I mean, and that's from thought 1 week ago to this, really. And very much I wanted to mention that it's all about the yellow resonance sun, and people have been saying to me, Vicky, what on earth are you talking about? The yellow sun and the figure of 8 and illumination and light and everything. And this is why with the 8 people for 8 minutes, you know, it's all very much like the energy of the ancient Mayans. It's something that is in my blood. It is something that is in my field, that I use the energies of the Mayans. And today being the yellow sun, and also today being a galactic activation portal for people that understand energy within this within this transmission, you will know that it's super powerful, and I'm sure that you're all feeling it now at the moment. So I thought before we started going into the next transmissions, having somebody as amazing as Amita Chopra with us, who was actually blessed us with her presence, that she is going to be able to come on next and give us a little bit of transmission of illumination and light and whatever comes through for Amita. So I met Amita and her lovely husband Sanjeev only in November of 2018. And when you get these instant clicks and you meet somebody and you just think, oh my gosh, they're like family, you know, I love these people dearly. You know, my daughter spent time with them and, you know, loves them dearly. And, you know, when you get these connections, and it's because you are illuminating light yourself from within, and the other people illuminating light for themselves within, and then the both lights come together, and this is when we say the sun shines and magic happens. So I just want to pass the floor over to Amita, because you are illumination and light in my life. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Vicky and Veronica, for that very kind introduction. And we are here in beautiful Boston today, and our grounds in front of us are completely blanketed with beautiful white snow, believe it or not. Normally at this time we're looking at cherry blossoms, but nature had other plans for us today. So we will begin today by connecting with ourselves, with that stillness within us, with that silence within us. And when we connect with ourselves, we connect with this whole field of pure consciousness. When I'm talking about the authentic self, the true self, your true being. When you connect, you also connect with all the attributes of pure consciousness. And these attributes are, actually my big five too, are light, love, peace, hope, and bliss. So we can experience all of those when we go in. And as we go in, we can reignite within ourselves that beautiful light of pure consciousness. And we can let it burn so bright that we become like beacons of light for everyone around us, for everyone in the globe, into the far corners of the universe, and of course, infinity. So we have light here and we have infinity. So why don't we just begin without any further ado? And so we sit comfortably in our seats, in our chairs, our backs upright, feet on the ground, our hands softly in our laps, palms facing up, and we gently close the eyes and begin simply by observing your breath. Observe the inflow of your breath and observe the outflow of the breath. And with every breath, with every inhalation and exhalation, you just allow yourself to relax more and more, get more and more comfortable. And you may notice soon that your breath may become softer or slower or faster or shallower or deeper. It may even pause altogether. Allow these changes to occur without trying to control them in any way. Whatever happens, let it happen. Watch your breath go in and go out. And whenever you find that you are distracted by a noise in your environment, by a thought in your mind, or by a sensation in your body, just gently bring your attention back to observing your breath. And now we will continue in this way for a few minutes. Don't mind the time. I will let you know when it's time to complete your meditation. So let us begin. Just watch the breath go in and out. So it is time now to finish our meditation. So Vicky's on. Vicky?
I'm here.
Yes, it's time now to complete our meditation. Can you see me?
I can see you. Is there any more words you'd like to say?
Yes. So when we finish our meditation, we bring our attention slowly back to our body. And then we open our eyes only when we are ready. And we can practice this twice a day, 5 minutes morning and in the afternoon when you finish your day. It gives you mental clarity. It energizes you. And the only rules here are to go in slowly and come out slowly, because you're always deeper than you think you are. And if you don't, you should meditate at least once a day. And if you don't have the time to meditate once a day, then you must meditate twice a day. Those are the only rules here. So I wish you all stillness and silence and light, love, hope, and peace and joy and bliss. Thank you all.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. You know, you can actually tell that you're a doctorometer because you've stuck 7 minutes before your time. Perfectly on time there. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So it's always nice to actually just have that thought and that breath and using your breath, isn't it, when you're actually going, you know, when you're actually doing things, and talking about breath and how you can use your breath to actually move you through challenges in life, how you can use your breath to really help you go to the next level, but use your breath to, as I say, to calm you down, to see your triggers and everything else. So it's a perfect time that we've just done some breath work for me to bring on our next speaker, who is not just one of my coaches, but a very good friend who is amazing in everything that he does. I'm not going to say too much because I want him to tell you about exactly what he does, because I would be using his 8 minutes up talking about how amazing he is and everything that he does. And it's just, this is why there isn't any, I like the way that this doesn't have to have too much of a flow, because it's just so lovely that after that amazing meditation talking about breath, then one part can come through now and start talking about even some more exciting things to do with how we're going to be able to bring illumination and light into our field in different ways. So welcome Wampa.
Oh, so great.
Can you hear me?
So grateful to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. We've got 42 people here at the moment. So with lots and lots of people asking for the recording. So it's been amazing seeing this was only decided a week ago. And so just want to say thank you so much for giving your time. I know that your internet connection in Costa Rica is a little bit.
So, but we're doing it. No, it's happening. It's flowing well. Yesterday we did a 3-hour live stream webinar, right? It was amazing. We're doing good. It's happening. The sun is setting in the right place and we're flowing.
Yay. Well, your 8 minutes, sir, is yours.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be in this special day. I've all my life been around the sun and the passion and how can I connect deeper to the powers of the sun. And I've been working with shamanic cultures and all these ancestral wisdoms for over 25 years. And they all come to the same, like, hey, let's embody the sun, right? And we hear everyone talking about the god of the sun, and we've misinterpreted so much what that is, but it is really about connecting with that inner sun that we are. The sun is just to remind us that. So today I feel is such a day to remember who we are, to what's our nature, what is our light nature. And when we analyze who we are, and what we're doing in the world, right, and see how everything works inside of us, like the biophotons flowing in our being that connect every neuron in our being, right? And when you see that and you're like, oh my God, the biophotons, that's the same energy that's transmitted by the sun. So, we are physically, literally in the quantum perspective, we are a sun. But we are not tapping into it because of all the clouds that are blocking the sun. When we release the clouds, when we do the alchemy, right, in quantum flow, we release whatever's holding us back and we open up again to the truth that always was. It has always been and it always will be. But for me, it's just acknowledging that. We forget that. So today I feel it's such a great day to like take a deep breath and like really remember and be open and receptive to how am I connecting with my inner sun right now? How available I am to this energy that's flowing through me right now. And even go to the sun and like connect directly with the sun. Close your eyes and feel the sun on your skin and then feel it in your heart. And let the sun really remind you of that warmth, of that inner kingdom that it's always been there. And we kind of get lost in the outer world. So this galactic activation that's happening, because it's actually a portal that's being opened right now in the planet, and it's universal. It's really about owning this inner sun, owning the ahau. And the ahau is that inner kingdom, that the sun, that everything that I'm looking outside of myself, it's inside of me. And how we open it up, as you've seen in the quantum flow training that we're doing, it's all about connecting your core and finding that the sun is your passion, is your third chakra. It's actually inside of you. And when you find your purpose, when you go into that place of like, what really moves me right now? I think it's the perfect time for us to reflect on like what moves us in life and what really has always been there for us since we're born. We forgot about it. And now that we can't go out and we're in quarantine and we're a lot inside, it's time to like, oh, wait, maybe I love to dance. Maybe I love to sing. Maybe I love to write. Maybe I love to help people. And I just start messaging people and doing Facebook Lives. Like, what is your passion? And start waking up that inner sun, which is your inner child, which is your connection to the heavens, because it's that humble perspective of life that you're always open and receptive to life, to love, to light, right? And then when you activate that and you activate that inner sun, the whole, for me, path of human beings in this planet is how do we take from the third chakra into the fourth, right? From the core or the hara, how can we connect that with the sun of the heart, right? Because many people get stuck in those three chakras that are survival mode. It's like, it's me. It's just about me. But now we're opening. Now, anything that's about you is burning down right now. If we're so attached to me, we're going to suffer a lot in these times. It's going to get more and more intense. So it's a time to transcend that and really open up to us. It's not a me story anymore. It's how can we all win right now in the world? And that's where the heart comes in. Right? And that's where we open to infinite love and abundance and prosperity, and we accept that's our natural state. And from there, we connect to the galactic sun, which is our frontal lobe, actually. Many people see it as, oh my God, the crown chakra and the woo-woo thing. No, it's your brain, it's your frontal lobe, and you can wake it up right now. And you can connect the core, the lowest chakras, with your heart, which is your bridge between heaven and earth, your bridge between your core, between your lower body and your upper body. You connect them through the heart, but then you open up to the channel. And actually, if you analyze the Mayan calendar, which I always love doing because it gives me so many perspectives of life, right? And as you know, I'm an eagle, so I'm always observing that moment of, oh, wait, how can I see a bigger picture of this? How can I not get stuck in the story, right? But today is really all about channeling and opening up as channels and accepting we are channels of the divine. We think that's for psychics, that's the woo-woo thing, we are literally vehicles between heaven and earth. We are like acupuncture, like needles that are connecting heaven and earth. And every step we take, if we take it with consciousness, we're waking up the energy in the earth, in this new consciousness, and bringing the sun through us all the way down into the earth. And this is what helps the earth evolve at a faster rhythm. What if we all did that? What if we all could breathe and walk and move and be and have that presence of I am the channel. I'm channeling the biophotonic energy coming from the sun through my crown all the way down to the earth. So earth and heaven, earth and the sun are making love through me. How amazing is that? Divine masculine and feminine. Oh my God. Is there anything more amazing?
Oh, love.
So good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much time you've got, but
well, you've got another couple of minutes, Wampa, if you want it. As I say, being a blue eagle, you've got the creativity, the vision, the mind.
No, let's do a breath work together. Let's do a 2-minute breath work and open it up. Let's do some quantum flow, because quantum flow is really all about opening the channel at a physical, energetical, emotional, mental level. We're holistic beings, right? So let's start actually just by grounding. Take some time. Everybody, thank you so much for being here and being present and opening your channel. And just take some time to bring one hand in your core and one hand in your heart. And just connecting with that intention of I open my channel, I open to my inner sun, I open to my intuition, to the I am. to that infinite silence, that infinite intelligence that's always there, that infinite light. And so it is. And whenever you're ready, bring both hands to your belly, to your hara, and taking a deep inhalation, exhale and bring the navel in with this sound. Shh. That activates your core, that activates your hara. Start bringing the energy into your frontal lobe. So deep breath, big belly, big Buddha belly, I call it. You expand it, and then you exhale through the sound. Shh. Big breath. Shh. Beautiful. One more. Now let's bring some alchemy. Deep breath. And exhale at the last of the exhalation. This is biophotonic breath. At the end, you do shh. It's like clearing all the unconscious matter that is in your belly. Deep breath. Shh. That intention of clearing. Let's do 3 more. Shh. One more. Shh. Exhale all the air out. Keep it out. Keep it out. Keep it out. Rewire your nervous system. Now inhale as deep as you can. Hold it. Big Buddha belly. Big Buddha belly. Hold it. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck. Let your heart be open. Let your chest be open. And exhale with the sound of and just relax, like you're floating in infinite space. Now take a deep breath, bring your arms up, expand your body, expand your capacity to receive, expand your capacity to channel as deep as you can. Hold it, bring your navel in, your pelvic floor active, hold it. That's bringing the energy up into your frontal lobe, up into your crown. Hold it there. Now sip it through your mouth like this. And open yourself up. Open yourself to the intention of being a channel of the universe, of being a channel of this light. And then exhale, receive, let it flow. Relax your arms. Let it flow. Let it flow. Beautiful. Let's do one more, guys. One more. Open to that inner sun that we are together. Inhale, open your arms, stretch your vehicle, your body. Hold it. Bring your navel in, bring your pelvic floor active. That's the hara activation. Open your heart, expand your chest, open all the way up to the crown, zip it in, and hold it, expand it, hold it as much as you can. If you can smile, it's even better. Try to relax, receive, receive, receive. I am. And then exhale with the sound. And just let your body flow, floating in space, gently letting the hands come in front of your heart with so much gratitude. Always coming back to this heart, the center of all the vortexes, the center of all the chakras, the center of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for the gift of life, for the biophotons flowing in every cell of my being, for my purpose, for the divine being of light I am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
And so it is.
That was a quantum activation.
That was a quick one. Yes, yes, yes. It's amazing how just a small activation of like meditation and breath work and can actually bring the illumination and light and everything through. It was funny because before we actually started this transmission, I thought I'm going to pull a card for everybody, and it came through as pillars of light.
Oh yes, of course.
And this is the thing. It's there it is. Look, pillars of light, and it's from the light workers deck. And the pillars of light, and we're all talking about as you I literally got vibrational cells. All my cells vibrated in my body when you were talking about we're all these pillars all over the world, and I'm there thinking, everything that we're talking about here today is connected. You know, this is why I love these kind of transmissions. You know, I didn't know what you were going to talk about. I didn't know what card I was going to bring. Veronica didn't know she was going to talk about 5 of her points, and then Amita talking about 5 points. You know, as Deepak Chopra and Sanjeev say, it's synchrodestiny.
I love it. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I'm having all these people on my Facebook Live because I wanted to share this, and they're all saying, oh my God, I'm in heaven. I pierced the quantum field. That was 3 minutes and I went beyond anything expected. That's so funny.
Amazing, amazing. That's because we're Blue Eagles. That's the thing. It's all to do with the Mayan energy that we've all got.
Just that, right? So beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So are you staying on one part, because we're gonna put the floor over to Dr. Sanjeev Chopra next.
Nice. Beautiful.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wampa. Really blessed. Thank you. So let me unmute you, Sanjeev. So really blessed to have Sanjeev in the house. Thank you so much. As I mentioned earlier, meeting these 2 lovely people in Mexico only in November, and you know, we work together. We've got so much that we want to do in the world together, that we even put a big international event together in St. Lucia called Health, Wealth and Happiness, which was meant to be going ahead in June, but obviously the universe and COVID-19 had some other plans for us. So it is still going ahead, and we speak most days, and it's a blessing to have you in my life. So thank you very much for being here and being part of this transmission. And I am going to now give you the floor, Sanjeev. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vicky. I'm honored and delighted to be with everyone and share some reflections. I first wanted to thank Juan Pablo. All these years, I've spelt my name S-A-N-J-I-V, Sanjeev. I'm going to change it to S-U-N-J-I-V, so I can have even more. Sanjeev, that's the way we pronounce it anyway. So, you know, this is an amazing time we're going through. There's so much collective grief and angst in the world. I want to start by saluting the first responders, the people in the hospitals, the doctors, nurses, students, janitors, pharmacists, security people, but also the ambulance drivers, the truck drivers who are delivering our groceries, the people in the grocery stores, the people who've made the internet connection possible. They are our real heroes. And I hope they're having some time at the end of the day to get some rest, to be able to say, I love you, to get some nutrition and get some sleep. But for the rest of us, we have an amazing opportunity. We have so much extra bonus time. We're not traveling. We're not speaking. I'm not doing rounds in the hospital, 6 conferences a week. And I think it's an opportune time for us to recalibrate our life during this midst of chaos, consternation, and crisis. We look at planet Earth, it is healing. The canals in Venice have clean and clear water. The fish are thriving. Yosemite Park has never been so pristine. The cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. and in New York and in Boston a week ago, we've never seen anything that beautiful. In New Delhi, people haven't seen a blue sky for years. And now they're saying blue skies and they're seeing the stars at night. So the planet is healing. And we need to take heed and also heal. And I'm going to respectfully suggest that we embrace a few or all of the things I'm going to now suggest in the next 3 or 4 minutes. And the first one is, when you wake up in the morning, spring out of bed, go sing in the shower, stretch, go down, sip your coffee, get started on your day. Number 2, have a moment of silence or prayer or meditation. Sometimes people ask, what's the difference between meditation and prayer? In prayer, we speak to God. In meditation, God speaks to us. And as Amita said, even if you do 5 or 10 minutes of meditation in the morning, you jumpstart your day with all this creativity, this energy, this clarity. And then you do it late in the afternoon or early evening. And again, it opens up the rest of the evening. And as she said, there's an ancient Indian saying, you should meditate once a day. And if you don't have time to do that, you should meditate twice a day. The next thing is, let's make our goals for the day. And next to it, have an action plan. A vision without a plan is a hallucination. So we got to have our goals. The goals should be bold and audacious. Thoreau once said, if you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now go put the foundations underneath. Michelangelo said, the greater tragedy for most of us is not that we aim too high and fall short. We aim too low and reach the mark. And Henry Ford once said, whether you believe you can do a thing or believe you cannot, you're right. So make your goals, have an action plan, let your goals be bold and audacious. Now let's say there are 7 goals for today and 6 of them are easy, like connect with Vicky or call my friend Paul Rufo and see how he's doing, talk to Venkat, did he get that idea come to life, send flowers for so-and-so. All those are easy to do. The toughest one may have been start preparing or writing the chapter for this book. And what we have a tendency to do is if we have 6 or 7 things, then we have easy ones, we tick them off, and we think we've accomplished a lot, but we never got down to the toughest part. So the best advice is to do the toughest thing first. Eat That Frog First is the name of a book by Brian Tracy, which says the most unpleasant and toughest thing, do it. Do the hard things first, and the easy things will take care of themselves. So that's in terms of setting your goals and writing them down and then working at them. One thing that was touched upon by everyone was about gratitude. That's one of the most powerful things we can do. If you don't have one, I recommend you start one. Start a gratitude journal. Take a notebook, put your name, call it your gratitude journal. Even once a week, let's say on Sunday evening, as you're looking at what's in store for you, look back at the last 7 days, reflect, and write down what you're grateful for. I'm defining gratitude as the realization that something positive was gained, but coupled with the fact that somebody else was responsible for that gain. So we need to express and write down our gratitude. There's research to back this, showing that people who express gratitude are happier, they're more creative, they live longer. In fact, a very famous Catholic nun study showed that those people who express gratitude at age 23, on average, live 10 years longer than their counterparts who didn't express gratitude. These were all Catholic nuns, 23 years of age, in the Notre Dame convent in the late 30s and 40s. So express gratitude. There's a saying, anonymous saying, if you don't know the language of gratitude, you'll never be on speaking terms with happiness. Hertner once said, to speak gratitude is courteous and pleasant. To enact gratitude is generous and noble, but to live gratitude is to touch heaven. So express gratitude on a regular basis. Say, I love you more often. There are actually 5 things that come out when people in hospice asked, what are the greatest regrets in your life? They say, I should have said, I love you more often. I should have spent more time with my friends. I should have been the bigger person and said, I'm sorry. I should have had the courage to pursue my dreams and aspirations. I should have traveled more. None of us should have any of these regrets on our deathbed. And even now, in these trying times, we can do 4 of them. We can say, I love you more often. We can meet with friends by Zoom. I think many of us are doing it every single day. And we can do salutations and cheers. We can say, I love you more often, and we can have the courage to pursue our dreams and aspirations and be the bigger person and say, I'm sorry. We can't travel, but you can actually watch public television and with Rick Steves go to beautiful places in Europe and all over the world. So we can do that. So let us find meaning and purpose in these very trying times. Mark Twain once said, the two most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. Each one of us has a singular purpose in life, and the happiest people on this planet are those who are living their purpose. So we will emerge stronger, more resilient, and with a very clear purpose in our lives as we move forward. So I wish everyone happiness, joy, peace, tranquility, serenity. Let's find meaning and purpose. Let's share anything positive we have with others. And cheers. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I love listening to you. I love listening to both your voices. So yeah, all these words that are coming out, and I love it because I've got on my wall here, my whole wall is dedicated to the Mayan calendar and everything. And, you know, adding all these words in, the yellow sun words, you know, all these words that we're talking about, and we're saying gratitude, and the yellow sun is all about bliss and unconditional love. It's about ecstasy. It's all about union. It's all about crown. As Wampa was talking about as well, it's all about radiance and pure consciousness, and it's all about enlightenment. And so, you know, I just love using all these different words that, you know, that we're all coming out with. And I'm going to go over the recording, and I'm going to make a note of all these words, I think, and put it into a Word document and send it to everybody. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. So just to keep ourselves on time, I'd like to take the floor to take the floor. I would like to give the floor to again, somebody that I have met recently, who well, Sanjeev, and let me just pin her up. There you go. Sanjeev and I met Tanya in St. Lucia, because we were over there just putting some final stages to our event, and we were speaking to some amazing people over there for this big international health, wealth and happiness event that we're doing in St. Lucia. And we were introduced by the Prime Minister's wife to Tanya, and so we met up, and again, talking about synchronicities. You know, she came to our apartment we had an amazing apartment on the beach, Sanjeev, Amita and I. It was just divine. And she came to our apartment, and we just clicked, and it was just like, you know, even Sanjeev said, it was just like, oh my God, you two have definitely been together in a previous life or something. So when this transmission came through, I just thought, well, every time I do something, the island of St. Lucia, because it's so close to my heart, has to be part of everything that I do. So I just thought we have to bring St. Lucia into this mix, and who else to bring, you know, to bring love, light and illumination as Dr. Tanya. So the floor is to you, my love.
Thank you. Yes, I do believe that we have met in other lifetimes, for sure. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. And can you hear me clearly? Yes. Okay, yes. So yeah. After listening to the meditations and the breath work, I'm like, what do I offer? And I keep going back to Corona being, the meaning of Corona being light. The Corona is actually a halo of light around the body. It's usually the moon, sometimes the sun. And I believe, as hard as it is being a healthcare worker, physician in this time, and knowing that there will be times where we're unable to save people's lives, as tough as it is to actually grapple with, Corona has come into our lives to bring light. And this is why I felt so strongly about this transmission of light. And when you spoke about it, I'm like, there it is. Because we've been given a chance, as Sanjeev said, the earth is regenerating. Mother Earth, I like to think of herself as repairing and regenerating. And she's given us a time out to do the same for ourselves. We've been given this beautiful opportunity to take some time out to repair ourselves, to refocus our priorities, to, you know, regenerate our lives and reprioritize what it means to us. And everybody's talking about going back to normal. There is no more normal. There is no more normal. There is just us stepping into our personal power and being the light for other people in our lives. And it's a choice that we have to make. And I don't think we have an option really. We are being called to step into our purpose and power. And we've been more than ever, the currency that we've been called to use is the currency of wellness. It's no longer the finances or industry or whatever. It's wellness. This is what is the currency of the moment. We would pay anything right now to guarantee that we remained well. And it is up to us to step into this and choose to be well, to remain well, by eating properly, by exercising, by making sure we stay well hydrated, sleeping, making sleep a priority, managing our stress, connecting with our family and friends. And as Sanjeev says, saying I love you, connecting to the people we love in a deeper way. Because most of the time, I think we're more connected to our laptops and our phones and iPads than we are connected to the people right in front of us. And connecting with something greater than ourselves and finding that we are connected on a deeper level to everybody around. There we are. It's a Saturday afternoon here, and we have people from all over the world coming together to bring light into each other's lives, and by coming together to transmit light, we are then shining light for everybody else, even whether they realize it or not. We are up-leveling and actually starting the healing process that this world needs so critically now. And I think when the world starts to heal, when Mother Earth starts to heal, we will then be healed at an even deeper level. We have to realize that more than ever, we are connected to the earth. We are connected to each other. And this idea of being separate from each other, that the old world of being selfish and self-centered, we have no choice. We have to leave that behind. And I think Corona, the light, has given us that to walk through this dark, what people say is darkness. Yes, we need the darkness so that we can appreciate the light when we come out of this. But what are we choosing to come out as? And who are we choosing to come out as? Are we going back to the old world of materialism, of wars and violence and terrorism? Or are we going to really appreciate that we love each other more deeply than we realize? I don't know about you, but I'm missing my family and friends on a level that I took for granted. I'm missing connecting with my patients, not looking into my patients' eyes, into their eyes, really has me at a loss. You know that we're all trying to do telemedicine, but I can't touch my patient. I can't comfort my patient. I can't look into their eyes to see if there's another layer that I need to delve into further, for me to get to the bottom of their story. The little things that we took for granted, these are the things that I think we need to focus on in this new world that we're going to, this new world of love and light and unity and being and conscious living and the currency, as I keep saying, of wellness. Because it's an unhealthy world that took us to where we are. And it wasn't just unhealthy in a physical sense. We were unhealthy, yes, we have high levels of chronic disease, we were eating badly, we were not exercising, we were focused on all the toxins in the environment and that we were putting, and the additives in foods and the GMO foods that we were eating. Yes, we were focused on that, but I think on the emotional and the spiritual level, we were sick as well. We paid attention to the wrong things, and Corona, the light, has brought us back and said, listen, I'm going to put all of you people in time out. I'm going to make you realize what's important. I'm going to make you realize that you think you had freedom. We really thought we were free. And then we put into 24-hour quarantine, and there goes our freedom. But the freedom is inside. And we have to understand that the light is inside of us, that the freedom is inside of us, and we can be free even if we're on a 24-hour lockdown. We can choose to be healthy. We can choose what we're nurturing and nourishing ourselves with right now. You know, we can go back to the old ways of eating the you know, fat-laden, processed carb-laden foods. Or we can decide, listen, I'm going to grow a vegetable garden and eat what I grow and eat healthily. I don't need to go to a gym necessarily to exercise. I can use my body and exercise. There's so much we can choose to do during this darkness that everybody's talking about. This people equating it to being in jail, and I said, but this is the freest we've ever been, because we've been given the time to do what we are supposed to do with our lives, and this is the time to refocus, to reprioritize, to reassess, and decide, hey, I was born with this unique talent. How am I going to use this talent to serve my world? How am I going to make my world filled with light? And I don't think enough of us are taking this opportunity in the way that I think Mother Earth and the universe has sent it to be. There is no right way either to do this. And I acknowledge that there are people who are scared, there are people whose jobs are uncertain, there are people, our businesses are all up in the air. I acknowledge that. But this is also a time of surrendering to what is and allowing ourselves to be used as a mechanism of light and healing. Is that my timer? Yes, that's my timer. That's how it is. So just finally, please, let's just realize there's no right way to do this crisis, but we're called to step into the light, to step into our purpose and power, and the healing that everybody's looking for has already begun. We may not acknowledge it, but it has already begun. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath in, breathe in the light, and understand that we are pure light and love. And that's who we are going to be when we come out of this crisis, whenever that is. There we go.
Oh, thank you so much, my love.
Thank you.
And it is so true, you know, it's finding out what we've got inside of us and being on our phones. I was saying to Veronica earlier today that I'm actually doing exercise classes in the house with my daughter. You know, they're only like 2 or 3 15-minute ones. You know, one's a 9-minute one, one's a 15-minute, one's a 6-minute one or something. But, you know, there's things that we're forced in a way to do that we wouldn't have done. So the world will never be the same. And I take gratitude in everything that's going on. It's taking this time to be the pillar of light. That is the thing.
There we go.
Pillar of light. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So thank you, my love. Thank you so much. It actually brings me down to how this kind of goes with the flow. And I want to be able to bring on another pillar of light of mine that I have literally known for about 3 or 4 years. And this pillar of light has, again, been a pillar back and forth for each other many, many times. And, you know, this is the thing that I do feel that I'm truly blessed with, and I'm truly blessed with magnetizing amazing people. And I had to put it down in one of my coaching sessions last week about, Vicky, what are your gifts? And the top of my gift was, you know, it's quite hard to actually talk about yourself, to say how great you are about things. But the top of mine was, I am great at magnetizing great people. I just love spreading my love, my light, my magic. And when I can attract amazing people into my field, then together we can be pillars. So I would like to give the floor to my good friend Philip Sykes from the British School of Etiquette. And this is not formal, this is transmission, my friend.
Well, firstly, obrigado, thank you, grazie, gracias, all these beautiful people from around the world that are connecting with us. You know, beautiful namaste. And that's funny enough, one of the things we are teaching is we can't teach the handshake anymore. So we're teaching people other ways to connect. And, you know, through the beautiful Indian greeting or the hand on heart and the smile and the energy we give. But I have to truly and 100% advocate what everyone here has been sharing. I mean, for me, everyone in the world should be listening to what's been shared here today, because at this time, and everyone we as human beings, 70 to 80% of what we concern ourselves about never normally happens or doesn't take place, and 70 to 80% of our thoughts are negative. And it's like, how do we circumvent, how do we get out of this? Everyone's most probably got their head in their hands. Well, as all of the previous beautiful presenters and speakers have shared with you, this is an opportunity. Everyone out there should really look right now and look at this as a massive, massive opportunity. We as an organization, we've always coached in front of people, working with people. I've been blessed to travel the world and work with unbelievable people everywhere I go. I meet the most phenomenal people. And all of a sudden, boom, oh my hat, what do we do? How do we pivot? How do we step out of our comfort zone? And then someone said to me, Philip, you better start getting used to the feeling of feeling uncomfortable. And I'm like, woo, baby, what does that mean? And all of a sudden it starts to resonate with me, and I start to think, okay, here's an opportunity. This is something we've got to do. Here's an opportunity. And I truly believe in exactly what everyone else has been saying. The world prepares us for amazing things. It truly does. I don't care what anyone says out there. And if anyone listening into this or gets the opportunity to listen to this recorded and it gets spread around the world, no one has plain sailing in their lives. We have curveballs coming at us all the time. And this is where we take that opportunity to look at why something may have happened to us and embrace it. Look how we can learn from it and elevate ourselves to another level. This is really a fundamental key core skill that we need to look at. And it is so important, we need to learn to move the needle. We can't just be stuck in our ruts, It's something that really is, Tanya was saying, this is an opportunity to come out of this tunnel and look at this world with completely different spectacles on. The rose-tinted spectacles, get rid of them. We need to start looking at all different colored spectacles. We've got to be able to take on these new, unbelievable challenges that we're faced with. And the world's not going to go back to normal. We're not going to go back to normal. So look at this as an opportunity right now to help other people. See who else you can reach out to. Collaborate with people. Bring people into your fold. Don't have this attitude of it's me, my little project. I'm not sharing with anyone. No, spread this amazing love and light and spread your energy, spread your knowledge. See how we can connect with people and work, embark on amazing things. Recently, I've been working with an unbelievable operation in Australia called Beautiful Minds. They're in 900 and something schools in Australia, working with teenagers, working with youngsters. And we got together with an amazing woman in America, Jennifer Grace, and an unbelievable gentleman who's worked with people in the White House on meditation and post-traumatic stress disorder. And we put a program together literally over a few days on helping people who are locked down right now. How do we circumvent these challenges with our family? How do we circumvent these moments when we're living in confined spaces? And some of us are very privileged. We live in reasonably nice homes, but think of those people out there who are contained in small little shoebox homes. And how can we go out there and help other people? What can we do? Let's collaborate. I would never have met these people if it hadn't been for this wretched virus. Well, let's not call it wretched, because it's spurring us to again step out of our comfort zones. And everything that has been said earlier, I practice this amazing gratitude. I think gratitude sets me up every single day of my life. I lie in bed, meditate, gratitude, and boom, it launches me. And it helps me through those bad moments. Something that I really want to share with every single one of you. We've got two of the most important things we have in this world. They are time and our health. Without those, we have zero. And as Tanya was just saying right now, the time we have right now, let's embrace it. Take on some new development. Learn something new. It's something that I can't begin to stress enough. I was traveling so much last year. I'd said to Vicky on numerous occasions, I've got to set up some online coaching. I've got to find a studio, and I've got to step in there, and I've got to start videoing. Well, fortunately, I was so busy. I didn't have the time, but boom, now this has arrived. I've ordered a green screen. I've got lights. It's action, camera, rock and roll. And yes, I'm nervous, but I tell you what, I'm loving the opportunity and I'm loving the challenge. It is something which is just boom. It's just given me something to look forward to every single day. And you know, this is exactly what the Chopra family was saying there, is that plan those days. Get rid of that gremlin first, knock it out the way, and then focus. Have a plan, have clarity, have energy. There must be necessity. There must be a productivity chart. There must be influence, and there must be courage to face all of this. I really reach out to every single person who has given their time to address this amazing audience, and to this unbelievable audience who dialed in from all over the world. You know, we get one opportunity in this world to make a first impression. We really and truly do. You very rarely get a second chance. And that's not the etiquette coming through or the manners, anything, but it is true. You have one opportunity. And you know, this is not a dress rehearsal. We're not on a stage here. This is time to take action. If we, you know, I use a lot of analogy in a lot of our coaching. I always often, I firstly say no question is a stupid question, because the only stupid question we never ask is the one that you've got to ask questions. The other one is, if I stand on top of a hill waiting for a duck to fly into my mouth, do you think a duck's going to fly into my mouth? Ladies and gentlemen, I've got more chance of becoming pregnant. It's not going to happen, okay? I've got to go out there, and I love animals, but I've got to take my gun, I've got to shoot that duck, wring its neck, take the feathers off, pop it in the pot, cook it, and that's the only way I'm going to be able to eat that duck. So anyone out there with cap in hand, waiting for some duck to come and fly into their mouth, it's not going to happen, okay? So I pray and I ask every single one of you, start as you need to go on. You know, talk is cheap. It really, really is. Action things accordingly. Put your money where your mouth is. And whatever you do, wherever you go in this world, whatever it is that you do, please, please, please make it count. Because this is what this is all about. We're in this together, and we're going to get stronger together, and we're going to help one another in every single way we possibly can. And I just send my love, my blessings, my light, my energy to every single one of you. And I thank you for this opportunity, Vicky.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh gosh, I was laughing then through then, Phil, because I've actually seen you talk about that duck, but in a little bit of a different way. So Philip and I have spoken on stages in quite a few parts of the world, and we do have a bit of a laugh when we speak on stage, and there's a little bit more to that duck story, so I'm glad you didn't share all of it, because I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, thank you so much, Phil, for stepping in, because I actually if you've noticed that Natalia Rottenberg was unable to make it, and I really wanted to keep it at the 8, because of the flow of the 8 and the harmony, I couldn't say, and the infinity of 8 people for 8 minutes, and you know, that's how it flows. And so Philip had registered and then just messaged me, and I went, Philip, right, you're speaking tonight, and this was like an hour ago. And he was like, okay, as he was driving home. So thank you so much for jumping in, Phil. You know, I knew that, you know, I am blessed with, you know, the collectiveness of people that are willing to support this, you know, things like this. You know, I keep going back to this, you know, I keep going back to, you know, us being pillars of light. And the more that we do this, the more that we can actually inspire and bring people together. And as I say, this drastic virus has made us do this online. Otherwise, you know, we would be doing, you know, I'd be out on stages, you know, I'd definitely be in St. Lucia on events, I'd be over in Mexico, I had all these different events to actually go and speak at, but obviously we can't, so we're doing this remotely. So it has made us step out of our comfort zone, but as we say, it's also made us pivot and change the way we do things. So super exciting. So thank you so much, my friend.
The opportunity.
You're more than welcome. So I would like to give the floor to another amazing being that has been in my life, and again, the very same time that I met Rick in Mexico, and very much the same, well, it was the same time that I met Rick as I met Sanjeev and Amita. And again, when you just connect with people And you know, you just think, right, okay, we need to spend a little bit more time together, getting to know each other. And then you know, and then we chat again all the time. And yes, he's in LA, and the time zones are really a pain in the ass because none of us really know what time of day it is. But you know, this is the world that we live in, especially in the environment where, you know, when we're coaching and when we're supporting people all over the world. And Rick understands, obviously, that, you know, for being from Mexico as well, you know, the love that I have for the Mayan tradition and the energies of this this transmission. But without further ado, I would love to give the floor to Rick so he can actually transmit to us in his 8 minutes what he would like to share. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Vicky. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. I sure can.
So great. Well, first of all, I was told by Vicky, called me, and she said, "You want to be?" She sent me a text. "You want to be on this event?" And I said, "Sure." And so I wrote her the text. She immediately came back. "It doesn't sound like you really are enthusiastic about this." So I thought it was funny because I went, "Oh, I should add more." Using British etiquette, it would be delightful for me to be on this call. I consider it a great honor. With great pomp and circumstances, here I am to join this call. And we joked about that, and we laughed. And we saw the difference between the male and female looking at a simple thing that I said, sure. I didn't add all the other aspects of emotion and things like that to it to really sell the fact that I want to be here. And she said, next was, I said, well, what am I going to do? And she said, just listen and then talk from your heart. It's pretty simple. She said, don't plan anything or anything like that. I didn't have the greatest quotes from the Rick Nehara School of Philosophy and nothing terribly spiritual, all those kind of things. But I've had a very spiritual life in a lot of ways. And a few years ago, I had a health opportunity, as we call it. I was in Hollywood writing shows and doing things like that. And I was overworked, and my family left for the weekend, and I stayed at home to work. And during that, I had a fever of 106 degrees, and I had a seizure. I hit my head. I bled out, and I was at number 3 in the Glasgow coma scale when they found me. So number 3 is, I think, is the Glasgow coma scale. And I don't know why Glasgow, Scotland is so into the coma scale that they would actually create one, but they did. And number 3 is the lowest part of the Glasgow coma scale. So virtually I was pretty much dead. They brought me, I was in a coma for a while, and they found out later I had to go through 2 brain surgeries. It was a long recovery, but I remember reaching back when God knocks on your brain like that did and takes me on a big time out, and it says you're on top of your game, you're doing great things, and bam, I end up in a coma. And I thought about it. I said, well, must be a reason for this. You know, you think when you hear of good people having bad things happen to them, and you, well, why? And I started thinking that, why? And then I saw the opportunity in it. That I wrote a book about it called Almost White, Forced Confessions of a Latino in Hollywood. The book was published. I spoke at the World Bank. I did a lot of great things, but I did them because of that. I survived, and I felt terribly guilty that I survived. I had friends who had died of cancer and people who had died, and I said, well, why? And I think this pandemic, what's going on right now, is a big timeout for the world. And that incident was a timeout for me on a personal level. It was a timeout. They called it, when I went to a place called Optimum Health Institute in Lemon Grove, California, to get well. It's 1 week of pure food, raw food, wheatgrass, meditation, all these things. And I wore a black coat and I showed up there because I had to get well. And there was a rumor that I was a member of some Mexican cartel and there was hiding out in a health spa for some reason. And I started hearing this rumor. I was there, and I brought a friend of mine, and he had a bald head and he looked pretty tough. So here's 2 tough guys at an Optima Health Institute, and they're assuming we're somehow part of a cartel. But every day I got well, and every day I walked a little bit more. And they called it a health opportunity. They didn't say, oh, you're sick. You've had this horrible thing happen to you. They said, oh, you have a great health opportunity. A health opportunity. I kept hearing that. And so then I started changing the mindset of This is an opportunity. And then I started to look at this whole thing with the coronavirus, and I go, this too is an opportunity. This is a great equalization of everyone on earth. I mean, you talk about the world we lived in before the pandemic was a world of enemies. You know, build a wall. There's an enemy out there. Got to build the wall. And what the wall didn't protect us from the coronavirus. The wall hasn't protected us. Bridges is what we have to be building, not walls. Community is what we have to be building. All those things. And you look at it and you go, now the world has an enemy far worse than the terrorists, far worse than crime, far worse than all these things. We have a virus that we cannot see. It is an equal opportunity death machine. It's death out there. But death is part of life. Death is the end of life. And if I believe that I'm a spiritual being, that we're all our energy, energy keeps going out. And we say the sun, an amazing amount of energy coming from that sun. They estimate 5 billion years that sun will end, and we'll end as well with it. I'm not terribly worried. 5 billion years, I think mankind will find a way to move to another planet or do whatever. We're light, we're life. All these things are in us, and we are hope and compassion. And what I've learned from this pandemic, just like I learned from my health opportunity, is I got well. I got better. I was more in tune with myself. I started thinking differently about the world. I started meeting like-minded people. There's no coincidences. I mean, I met Vicky in a meeting that Jackie Camacho had set up in Puerto Vallarta. I'm in Puerto Vallarta meeting Vicky, this wonderful woman, very bright and intelligent. I was intrigued by her. And then I meet Sanjeev and I meet Amita. I meet these wonderful people. And now I'm on an international phone call with people from all over the parts of the world. I see the miracle in this. This is a miracle. There's a miracle that mankind, our human has probably been in this world, they estimate 200,000 years, tops, maybe more. The coquille, the little frog in Puerto Rico, has been there 29 million years. They found a fossil of his arm, 29 million years estimated age. This planet has been here longer than any of us have been here. All this world, all this miracle, when you think of expanding into the galaxies and all this millions of stars and all that, we are walking among miracles. We just have to recognize them. That's what this pandemic does. It's recognized and made us recognize the miracle we live in. The fact that a pandemic can come, and even you look at the way plagues in the past, you know, I think it was Newton came up with amazing theories during a plague. Shakespeare wrote King Lear during a plague. Plagues have been part of the world, but what this is, the timeout for all of us. And if anything, a wake-up call. Now, the things that we were worried about seem so ridiculous. A wall built on our borders against Mexico, and a land that once was Mexico. And you talk about the pyramids. I've been to the Mayan pyramids. I've been to the Aztec pyramids. I've seen the intelligence of this indigenous people that at one point in the pyramid, you could actually clap your hands and the echo is a Quetzal bird native to that area. How could they come up with this? And I don't even believe there was some gods from outer space that came down and all that sort of stuff. I think we have it within us to achieve this greatness. We all do. We all are part of that. And so all these different worlds and lives, me, Latino, from this part of the hemisphere, Sanjeev, the British School of Etiquette, boy, do I want to learn that. I mean, all those kind of things. I talked to Vicky and we joke on the phone, and then she says, I act like a country gentleman with a bad British accent, things like that. I mean, this is life. And this is what I'm loving now more than anything. The fact that we all have a common enemy that's not us, but in the truth, that enemy is opportunity. That enemy should be called opportunity because it is an opportunity to re-engage with yourself, re-engage with others, and plan what this new world will be, because there will not be the world we remember. And I'm glad. I'm not missing that world. I'm actually enjoying this world and looking forward to the new world. And that is gratitude. That is gratitude for me. And what we've talked about, so many people brought so many wonderful things up today. Gratitude to have you in our lives. Gratitude to have each one of us in each other's lives. And if we can take that gratitude and expand it more and more, gratitude for the humanity in our lives, gratitude for the opportunity to give back more. I was blessed with a coma. A wonderful thing, a coma. Sometimes you have to fall asleep to wake up. And it was a big wake-up call for me. That coma, being in the Glasgow coma scale of 3, and 2 weeks later being able to speak at the World Bank. Miracles, miracles. Getting there on a plane, 40,000 feet in the air, miracle. Within hours, not days. All this stuff around us, miracles, miracles. The fact that we're talking on a line internationally to different people who've never encountered before, a miracle. If you talked about that in the idea that of a biblical miracle, it's right here. It's right here. That's what I'm learning from this pandemic, to enjoy the miracle, to embrace the miracle, to love the miracle, and in loving the miracle, to love all those around us. And that is my revelation. That's my belief. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Was that 8 minutes? I wasn't sure.
Yes, I'll say it's 8 minutes. It's
Okay.
fine. I know that was my word. I was there thinking, I speak to Rick quite often, and he talks and talks and talks and talks. How on earth is he going to talk for 8 minutes only? I thought we just need 80 minutes just for you.
No, I kept it short, and in great respect for all the people on and everyone's stories are wonderful, and it is a miracle that I've met you all, and thank you for this opportunity.
No. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And this is the thing. It's gratitude. It is just so big, and you know, we can talk about it, but is it in every single cell of our body? And this is why I love doing breath work. I love doing the breath work. I love doing the quantum flow, as Wampa was showing us as well, because that's when you can put gratitude into every single cell of your body. And having people around us, like, you know, you amazing people that I have in my life, is that when you do have the down days, and you know, perhaps you're not feeling a little bit grateful on one day, because sometimes we may wake up and we're just not a little bit, you know, we're just not happy, for instance. And then, you know, I'll message Rick or something, and he'll say, oh, I'm having a great day. Or Rick will message me and say, oh no, I'm not having a good day today. And then we can bring each other up. And this is all about relationships. It's all about gratitude, and it's all about really helping each other rise. And this takes me to the next speaker, really. Now, the next speaker, unfortunately, has not been able to join us. He's from Indonesia. He's a very good soul brother of mine, Jason, who is a former award-winning poet and English professor, which has, and he's let's say transitioned, but we can say the word transitioned into the healing world. So Jason and I trained together many years in the quantum healing field. So we trained to be quantum healers. We trained within the quantum field when we trained to to really use the energies and the powers that we have around us and we have inside of us, for us to be able to bring out, for people to be able to live their life of their dreams, their bliss and their desires, and help them find their purpose. And we do that from a quantum from a quantum perspective. So Jason and I connected, say, quite a few years ago, and then when this transmission came through, it, you know, I really wanted him to be part of it, and it was all going fine, but Jason couldn't join us. But however, being a former poet, he has actually he's written a poem just for us tonight, and it's only 1.5 minutes long. So I'm going to play the poem. So he's wrote this poem for us all, and it's called Lockdown. And he's also read it out for us as well. So let me just give me a moment. I am just going to put this into share screen mode, and then you can see Jason, and then we will be able to. Can everyone see it? Right. Can everyone hear this?
There is no song.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it.
You're not hearing it?
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, we cannot hear it.
You can't hear it?
Can't hear.
All right, okay, let me try this. Oh, I really want to make sure that you get this. Hear this, right.
lockdown.
Can you hear it?
At night, only the illusion of the sun's absence permits such disappearance.
I could hear it.
You could hear that, yeah?
Yeah, I could hear that.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I just want to make sure that you know, he's just literally sent me it while we were on the call. So can you see it?
Can't see it. We heard it a minute ago.
Technology, right. Let's try this again. Can you hear?
Illumination lockdown.
Yeah, hear it.
At night, only the illusion of the sun's absence permits such disappearance of brilliance from steeled minds dialed into something else. I am lost in the effort to define frequency, but I know the sun happens every day. In this knowing, I know that I know something other than myself, and so also know myself as without that. I am not this, but some other occupation of geometry, formed but formless, splashed aghast their reality. But alas, blaring midday, the sun's a trumpet heard in skin, which awakens the look to look around our houses for other truths formerly occulted in our everyday.
Did you manage to hear that?
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, so I'll put that recording into the video that sends out to everybody as well. So it's once you listen over it a couple of times, it does really kind of penetrate every single cell of your body. So thank you so much for that for Jason when he listens to the recording. So yes, amazing, amazing, amazing. I would just like to conclude this transmission, this illumination and light transmission, with my own guided transmission. And this is not usually something that I do live. So I am taking myself out of the out of my comfort zone, and I am going to come and be the pillar of light, which is telling me that telling all of us that our vibration is rising and that we are all oracles. So, and that is the thing, we are all pillars of light, and we are connected to heaven, and we are connected to earth, and whatever business we're in, it doesn't matter if we are pivoted into heaven and earth, and our collective energy is love and service and gratitude, then we can be in any business. Now, I know that for me, always being a business person and always being known for business and known from property and being kind of put into this corporate box, that when I decided to come across to the spiritual world, that people used to think I was mad. People used to say, oh my gosh, Vicky, what has happened to you? You've gone all woo-woo. Get back into the business box. Start going back and being a surveyor. Start going back and doing all these things. And to the point that even when I was speaking on stages about how to be a successful entrepreneur, I could see that I was unconsciously speaking more from my heart than I was from the steps of how to be a successful business entrepreneur, which is I was trained to deliver from stage. And that's the thing sometimes, is that we do have to step out of our comfort zone, and we do have to believe that we are all illumination and light, and it comes from within. So I'm sure you all agree with that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this collective space. And it's all really, as I say, it's all knowing that our vibration is rising as a collective. And the more that we raise our vibration internally, the more that we raise our vibration individually, the more that everyone else's vibration around you will change. Now, because not everyone in your surroundings may be high level like yourself in vibrational terms. So, you know, you might be like vibrating high and doing your meditation and doing your breath work and doing your spiritual work and, you know, and being really, you know, connected. And then you might have people in your environment that are really in fear and that are really kind of negative, that think the world's going to end and thinks that, you know, life should be delivered to them on a plate, for instance, you know, all these kind of negative, lower vibration feelings and thoughts. And it's very, very easy for a person's vibration to come from the high level vibration to match their level of vibration. And the only way for us to raise their vibration is by us staying in our light and us illuminating and us really shining within, because we cannot change anybody else. I've tried it. I've tried to change my husband. I've tried to change my children. I've tried to change my friends and things like that, but you can't. And the only thing you can do, as I say, is shine brighter, magnetize these people into wanting to cross the bridge, as they may say, to enlightenment, to actually start believing in themselves, start believing in their pillar of light. And yet the more that we shine, the more that we illuminate, the more that the world is going to rise. So that is really what I wanted to share with you. And for the last few minutes, I would like to just do a little bit of a transmission. So I've got my crystals and things like that with me. So I need to kind of get myself into a place. So I'd like you to close your eyes. And just take some deep breaths and start bringing yourself into this place of light, this place of illumination. Breathe in all the love from this transmission. And breathe out any fear that you might be holding in your quantum field. Breathe in all the bliss of this transmission. And breathe out all the fear, all the negativity. And I'd like you just to imagine that you're on a desert island. It's your desert island. It could be full of trees. It could be full of flowers. It could be full of animals. Whatever it is for you. In this desert island, you start walking from one end to the other because it's a small island, but you feel so protected. You feel so loved and so supported. Just breathe in all the love, all the support. This is like the Sunshine Island. You can just feel the sun radiating from every single cell of your body. It's like your cells are pulsating. You have a big smile on your face. And the gratitude is just sprinkling around you like raindrops. You feel so blissful. You decide to lie down and just feel this pure radiance all over your body. Just feeling this sunshine, feeling this love. Knowing that you have mystical powers inside every single cell of your body. And you can radiate these powers. So just think for a moment
that when you walk to this other side of the island, you can be whoever you wanted to be. This is a magical island of sunshine, of love, of bliss, of abundance, of pure magic. You can be anybody with no judgment. No one's looking at you to say that you can't do that. You have no limited beliefs, no self-doubts. You have no money worries. You can just be and do whatever you wish. So just put that intention into your heart and into every cell of your body. And just breathe this new you into your quantum field, just for a few deep breaths. Ooh, scat. Just feel the cells penetrating every part of your body of love and of light. And just know that when you stand up from this place on this desert island, I'm just going to take a few steps and you're going to step into the new version of you. Unconditional love, unconditional service, unconditional abundance, unconditional whatever you feel that needs to come into your quantum field. Just breathe it, just feel it, just know it, just breathe it, just feel it, just know it. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And just know that it is. So it is. And it is done. And so it is. And then whenever you're ready, you can butterfly your eyes open and come back into the room.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody
Thank you.
being here. And
Vicky.
we can take as much time as we want for people to chat or put some messages in the chat box. And
Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you.
Woo!
What we'll have to do is we'll all have to have a house party. Has anyone had a house party yet?
Yes.
No. So the app?
So we'll all have to get together and have a house party app.
Okay.
Where we can all have a little bit of a party and have a
You have a happy hour.
yes, the happy hour. Yes, amazing, amazing.
You have a happy hour. Well, thank you all. I had a wonderful time.
Thank
Thank
you.
Here.
so much for your
Thank you,
wisdom.
Vicky. That was great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tanya.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vicky.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Very
so
kind.
much. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank
you.
So amazing. Thank
Have a
you.
good weekend. Thank you.
Oh, it was wonderful. Oh, thank you.
Thank
Vicky.
Very cool.
Hi there.
Vicky.
Yes.
Just to see everybody else.
Mucho. I know my Spanish isn't coming on that well.
Look at this one.
I think
She's in here in bed.
I'll
Oh my
tutor
God,
you,
no.
Vicky, in your Spanish if you like.
I know you
I'll
need
talk to you
to.
Spanish.
Oh, I know, amazing. Thank you so much for all jumping on for that. It's just you know, I just love being the together, and for all your energies to collectively combine and be pillars.
What's that? Put it closer to the screen. I want to see it, Vicky. Oh, that's so pretty.
Why you put the TV here on and you go in the room.
Elena Sotomayor left the meeting.
Yay,
Left the meeting.
thank you.
Left the
He
meeting.
can't speak very good English, but thank you for being here.
Bye.
We'll do it in Spanish.
Bye-bye.
I'm giving you a date.
Bye.
Adios, Vicky. Ciao, Vicky.
Yeah, bye.
Ciao. Adios.
Adios.
Luego. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Bye, Laura.
Hasta luego.
Bye, Marielle.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye, Vicky.
Thank you.
Bye, Vero.
Ciao,
Thank you so
ciao.
much. This was
Bye,
great. Thank you
all.
so much.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
no, lovely. Thank you. Veronica's going to stay on till the last. I know that because we've got to chat.
Bye-bye, Vero.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Vero. Bye, Vicky.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming.
See you.
Bye. V, I love you.
Yes, I love you too. Right, I'm going to close this now and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Bye.